Okay, Taurus gang, we are going to look at the ex, the past person, and see what is up. We're going to look at, you know, the dynamic then, how they looked at it. Do they still have emotion, and might they return? And have they worked through any issues on their side of things? We're just going to take a snapshot. And if you guys have not subscribed, then I hope you will consider doing so, okay? If you want to book a personal reading to delve into your specific circumstances in more detail, whether it's about love or money, family, whatever, you can, okay? The directions are super easy. They are in my most recent video's description box always, okay? So with that being said, Taurus, let's first look at this. What were their thoughts during the time that all this thing went down? Did they have emotion? What were their thoughts about why this thing went down? Went by the wayside to begin with, Taurus. Let's delve into the situation, okay? Let's get an energetic snapshot of that. Yeah, they had emotion for you, Taurus. They sure did. Knight of Cups here. Strong soul connection right here. Sometimes those are lessons, so we'll delve into all that in more detail. But there was big emotion here, at least at the start. Okay, we know that much. That much we've gotten. You know? All right. You know, kind of interesting. Ten of Wands in the upright. You know, kind of similar to the Aries reading that I just finished. But what's interesting is this. They felt like this thing was really overburdening. And whatever this thing was that caused y'all to go by the wayside, and I don't know if it was drama or what. I don't necessarily see drama, but I see in their minds there was a lot of things to work through that was just almost too much with this Ten of Wands. Just really overburdening. Nine of Swords in the upright. I think they miss you. Yep, I do. I really do. That's a card of missing someone and feeling lonely. It sure is. It sure is. And I think they had, you know, they felt like this thing had potential. You got the Two of Wands here, which certainly speaks to possible partnership with a positive outcome. Sometimes it speaks to somebody, you know, kind of struggling with a decision, you know. But they were ready at the time to make a move forward with this Wheel of Fortune. They were gung-ho. But then at the end of the day, I think something really, really happened that felt overburdening to them. And I honestly think they may have made an impulsive decision to bail. You've got this Hanging Man in the reverse. We're going to get a little bit more detail into that. Well, let's get clarification on this Ten of Wands. What might have been overburdening to my Taurus's person here? What might have been overburdening? You know, I think they wanted to see some changes and they didn't happen. You got the Death card, which speaks to transformation sometimes and sometimes endings. And yeah, the Sun reversed and the Six of Wands reversed. You know, you got the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands many times can cut people out too quick. And the Hanging Man. And I said that. They may have jumped the gun on this thing in their minds. But they do miss you. And there's emotion here. At least, you know, at that time. Okay? Why is this Hanging Man in the reverse? Tell me more. Tell me more about why this Hanging Man is in reverse. I need to know more. Yeah. You know what? They felt like there was, I think many of them felt like the conflict got to be too much. And the Six of Swords is here. And they wanted to kind of find some peace. And in doing so, that they would find more fulfillment outside. And I don't necessarily see another person for the majority of you that they went to. I just think they felt like they kind of needed a break from some drama and needed to work through some issues independently. And they may be at a distance or acting distant. You've got the Knight of Wands here that's peeked out and the Six of Swords that can certainly speak to that for some of you. And as far as zodiac signs, you have Aries, Scorpio, Leo, fire, water, air, Fire, water, fire, earth, and air. So that's why I don't get hung up on the zodiac signs. But for what it's worth, people like to hear it. But you know, so we've talked about that. What are their thoughts now? And might they be thinking of making a return to you, Taurus? Well, let's take a look. What are their thoughts now? What are their thoughts, Taurus gang? What are their thoughts? What are their thoughts about my Taurus friends now? And might they make a return? Oh, they miss you. Dang, we got that Nine of Swords again. Taurus? I'm real cautious to say this, but I think there's opportunity here. But they're not, you know, I think they're real scared about coming forward and speaking up. But they're watching you. I think they just don't want you to know it with the Page of Swords in reverse. And they're trying to be all stealth about it. But they miss the heck out of you. And they got a high opinion of you. And they want a new start. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Hanging Man in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the upright. Ace of Swords in the upright. Page of Wands in the upright. You know, and they're feeling very up in their head about this thing with the Eight of Swords here. And very imprisoned. Self-imprisonment, okay? But they're up in their head about this thing all day long. They got a high opinion of you. They really do. And I think they're kind of thinking about coming forward. And so this thing may have some potential, Taurus. It really may. So the big question, have they fixed themselves? Have they worked on themselves? And have you worked on yourself to where when you come back together that whatever caused you to go by the wayside won't happen again? Because if that's not the case, then that will happen, okay? So we need to know that. We need to know that. We need to know. Have they worked on themselves? Let's see. I think you might hear from them, Taurus. I really do. Let's take a look. Yes, some. At times and times not, okay? But yes, overall, they're taking steps. I don't think they're there yet, but I think they're taking steps. Okay, nobody's perfect, right? We're all working through things. It's just the question of whether or not their relationship ready. And for what it's worth, you pulled Aquarius, Leo twice, Earth, Fire, and Virgo for what it's worth, okay? And let's see, Fire again and Scorpio. Transformation, they are definitely working on things. That was the question. That was the question. And they are. There are things they're yet to see. You've got the Hermit in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. But you've got the Star in the upright, hope, healing, and optimism. Very spiritual card. You have the Strength card coming into spiritual muscles. You have, and that's in the upright. You have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? I think they're starting to see their value and yours, which is cool. The Scorpio card, the Death card in the upright, which speaks to transformation sometimes. We didn't ask whether or not this thing would end. We asked if they were had they changed. The Death card means transformation. I think that's a solid yes. They are making changes, and there are things they don't see. Flat out, okay? So yeah, all right. I think they're working on it. I don't know where they are in this path, but I think they've made a lot of progress. I really do. And I hope you have too. All right. So what if you reach out? Is it time, or should you let this thing be for a little bit? Is it time, or should you let this thing be for a little bit, Taurus? Is it time? Is it time to reach out? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Is it time, or should you hold back? I pulled Gemini for what it's worth. We also have water and Scorpio again. We have Earth. We have Fire. Woo, we got the Gemini card twice. Okay. I would hold back just yet and just kind of observe things. I pulled the Lover's card, which is strong soul connection, twin flame dynamic, which you know how I feel about that. I don't believe in one twin flame, but this is intense, okay? I think this is very fragile right now. That's what I'm getting. What I would do And what I would recommend to you and what I see in the cards, okay, there's a lot of emotion and a lot of physical attraction here. All right, I think what you've got to do, I think you've got to work on any codependent issues you've got, any self-esteem issues. You've got to come to see your value by going inside and working on you, okay? I think right now the timing is not yet. I think you need to take the focus off of them regardless and fix you, because if you don't do it that way, and you come back together with this person too soon, you will manifest another disaster. And I don't want to see that for you. I think you've worked through some things yourself, Taurus. I do. Many of you, okay? I do see some indication of that, okay? The Death card is here. Transformation. I think you're trying. King of Wands reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. I think you've got issues yet, okay? Seven of Wands reversed tells you to hold back. The Hierophant reverse tells you, the Lovers tells you this. There is a lot of love and emotion here, a lot of physical attraction, but the Hierophant reverse says not right now. Not right now, okay? Because I don't want this to end in another disaster, but you got to take your eye off of them, and I know it's very hard to do. I know it's very hard to do. With that being said, Taurus, outcomes are never set in stone, okay? Energies can change. People can change their mind and abandon a healing path. I hope that's not the case for either one of you. Okay, but that's kind of what I see for you, Taurus. What else do you need to know? What other pieces of information can we tell my Taurus gang real quick? What else does my Taurus gang need to know about this or anything else? All right. You know, do not get too busy. You need to understand that staying too busy can sometimes be a distraction for facing things about yourself, okay? And you don't want to refuse to deal with that stuff, okay? Certainly being busy is important, but you got to take the focus onto yourself and go inside and do the shadow work, okay? You know, and your person really, again, strong soul connection, heart's tree home, Knight of Cups in the upright, a lot of emotion here, a lot of emotion. You know, and you got the Judgment reversed, okay? So it's about making good judgment calls to go inside and to kind of take the high road and be high vibrational like this Queen of Wands, okay? Don't step away from your healing, because if you do that, while it may start up again, it will end in disaster. And I don't want to see that for you, Taurus. I don't want to see that. But if you care about this person, and you do, look at here. This is the card of the past and renewal. You know, but again, the card of self-imprisonment, things you haven't worked through. So I think there's a lot of potential here, but provided you take care of this right here. This is the card of self-imprisonment and not seeing some things in your subconscious that you need to work through. I think many of you have, okay? But unless you do that, it will just repeat, okay? So with that being said, Taurus gang, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to delve into your situation, then see the description box below my most recent video for ways to book a personal reading with me, okay? Thank you so much. Many blessings, Taurus gang.